Hi guys, how are you doing? Hope you're all doing well. I know you're wondering why I'm laughing, but just a disclaimer. Just don't listen to my background, the noise and everything. Yeah, I'm always in the noise, sadly, and sorry about that. But I'm here to share about a few things that it's I had done this earlier on, so I'm doing it as a second episode on the same of the things that I've learned ever since I started working at a rehabilitation center. Um, I don't know if I've repeated myself, but let's focus on the message on this. So the first thing that I've learned is that you have to be very patient. And for this, I'm talking about the people who are taking care of the people who are already struggling with addiction. You have to be very patient with the people who are struggling with addiction, because when you hurry them or when you don't pay attention to them, they might not recover, and maybe if you are patient enough, they would have recovered fully. So you have to be very patient with them. The second thing that I've learned is that the society does not see addiction as a sickness. They don't understand that addiction is a sickness, and it is for us, the people who are taking care of these people, or the people who understand that addiction is a sickness, to help the families and also the society out there realize that addiction is a sickness like any other, and that someone who is struggling with addiction, they really need support to be able to recover. Another thing that you have to understand is that recovery is a journey that doesn't have a destination, so you have to keep going. You have to keep putting in the effort, and you have to keep pouring in. Sometimes you also have to realize that recovery is not on a straight line, like it's not a straight line, and sometimes you may feel like you are not making any progress, but the most important thing is to be consistent and to keep going and to keep pouring in into your recovery so that you can maintain your sobriety. So the other thing is that some contributing factors to addiction are genetic. What do I mean by that? Is that if in your family, like your great grandparent or your grandparent or your parent was an addict of a substance, you are in a very high percentage of getting addicted into the same substance. Another thing that contributes to addiction is peer pressure. You start going out with your friends, and you like start using. At first you don't like it, but as you keep doing it consistently, you become an addict to the substance. um, and sometimes some of the things that make people go into addiction, they are everyday struggles, all the things that we experience every day. Things like stress, depression, anxiety, fear, financial struggles. And for this, you start using because you want to cope with the situation that you are in. And by this, I mean some people just want to drink or smoke weed or just chew the mirror or whatever they are called, just to be able to forget what they are going through, But when you keep doing it for a long time or for a while, you get yourself in that you are addicted into this substance, and it is very difficult for you to do your normal things or your normal routine or program without the use of the substance that you've been using. Another thing is that most people don't understand that the addiction they are struggling with is because the substance they put in their body creates an allergic response, and that's why they cannot control what the body wants. When you start using alcohol, it has a like X factor that reacts with your body when you put it in your body. For some people, that is not for everyone. And when you keep drinking it consistently, it makes your body become addicted to that alcohol in a way that you can't operate without the use of alcohol. So every time that you want, wherever you wake up, you have to take a drink so that you can be able to operate. And sometimes you'll realize that it will affect you financially because you use money to an extent that you are unable to do your daily or the most important things in your life, like your finances will all go into taking that alcohol or that substance, to an extent that sometimes you might find yourself not being able to pay your rent or even being able to buy food, because the first thing your body asks for is the substance. And sometimes you will keep fighting with your family members and the people around you because you need the money to keep the addiction satisfied, but you don't have the money, because at some point you might find yourself that you're not even able to go to work and you still need the finances. uh, Another thing is that addiction takes a long time to develop in some people, but in others it's created within a few months. And last but not least, recovery is not a straight line, and sometimes you may feel like you are not making any progress. But the most important thing is to be consistent. I think I've said that earlier, so it's like I'm just repeating myself. But I will leave you with a quote that says, "Nobody is rich enough to buy his past, but we are all rich enough to rewrite our future." I don't know who it is from, but I hope that it helps someone out there. Thank you. See you soon. Subscribe, share, comment, just do something with this information, and I will really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you soon. Bye bye.